Yeah.
Mr Speaker, Barry Coates. Ngā mihi nui, tēnā koutou katoa.
Kia ora.
I will keep my intervention short. I don't believe in the need to speak for using up my allotted time, so I won't. Thank you, yeah. I'll learn how to do that later. So, unsurprisingly, the Green Party supports this bill. As you know, we're an extremely constructive party. We agree that there's benefits to the public from changes to government processes to make online transactions easier. And we note the benefits in terms of registering births, deaths and marriages, change definition to allow people to appear before government agencies online rather than in person, and online purchase of hunting licences and voting in fish and game elections. And we commend the Minister Peter Dunn for the initiative for this bill. So there will be many thousands of New Zealanders who will benefit from this bill and will welcome it. We have 2 points to raise. The first is that our support for this bill comes with a recommendation that the government pays particular attention to the very serious issues of security and privacy of information. It is a point that's already been made, but we'd like to emphasise that we've seen too many examples of personal information having been made public, most notably in the ACC leak, but also leaks from other government departments. So the Green Party would like assurances that there will be strong security and privacy provisions in this bill, and we also look forward to improvements in the performance of government departments. In addition, our support for this bill also comes with a second recommendation, and that's that the government does far more to bridge the digital divide. Again, this has been mentioned, but the division between haves and have-nots in terms of internet access has been persistent and is a new and a very powerful form of exclusion for too many people. This report, the Internet in New Zealand 2015 from the World Internet Project New Zealand, authored by AUT academics, highlights the persistence of the digital divide in New Zealand and notes that the digital divide is more prevalent amongst Māori. It is more prevalent amongst people of low income. It is more prevalent amongst people with disabilities. But the most excluded group, or the group with the least access and usage of internet services, are senior citizens. So age, from the survey, age is the dominant factor in explaining low internet usage. What the survey says is that there are 38% of respondents who are over 70 years old who have never used the internet or are ex-users. Now that 38% for senior citizens compares with 4% of 16 to 29-year-olds. So that's not only a digital divide, that's a digital chasm. 20% of those users who don't use the internet, is it because they either don't know how to use it or they're confused by the technology? 18% don't own a device able to access the internet. 13% have no internet connection. 11% don't use the internet because they consider it's too expensive. This is important because more than half of the respondents who answered the surveys said that they use internet to access government or council services. And this is obviously a major problem for elderly people when they're unable to access these services online. So obviously the problems of this digital divide go far beyond this bill. And we do recognise there's been work undertaken by the government to support internet access, but we urge greater urgency on this work and a particular focus on the needs of senior citizens. And in that vein, we commend the Consumer Affairs Guide for Seniors Get Online Savvy. But as this AUT survey shows, there is much more that needs to be done. And it's disappointing to see other research showing that services like Skype or free communications app like WhatsApp or WeChat aren't used extensively by seniors. They have the potential to connect for free with family and friends, even if these family and friends live overseas. So we hope that the Minister will give consideration to boosting internet access as a flanking measure for this bill. We look forward to examining this bill and hopefully making these points in committee, and with that the Green Party expresses our support for this bill. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker.